And then these two guys were like, hey, we're the strongest people of our village, and we demand to go to the next task. We could defeat you, Genki. The psychic's like, yeah, fucking with me, aren't you? I don't know, like, we're gonna fuck you right now. And they try to attack her, but she just uses a psychic blast. She uses Psy Beam from Pokemon, chat, and she Psy Beams him, and they go all the way across the courtyard, and they hit the door. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Chat. We're going to go ahead and get into my review for Yu Yu Hakusho Episode 9, my scene by scene by scene by scene breakdown. So, as you know, in case you forgot, chat, he solved his first case. Yusuke Urameshi solved his first case. He recovered those 3 artifacts, you know, the Mirror of Forlorn Hope, the Soul-Sucking Ball, and the Demon Dagger Sword thing. He got them all, chat. He killed Goku. Killed the fuck out of Goku. I'm sure it's going to piss off some people. Kurama is a good guy. Kurama's pretty cool. He's like, hey, I just want to help my human mother who raised me inside of her uterus because I'm not technically her child. I kind of possessed her child, and I'm also her child now. And so I'm very affectionate towards her, and I just want to help her. And Yusuke's like, okay, cool, dude. And so he did. And so he's a good guy, I guess. You know, he got off the hook. And then he also killed little Vegeta. Well, he didn't kill little Vegeta. Little Vegeta got his ass blasted by that finger bane attack when he tried to take over good old Kiko, chat, tried to take over Kiko and turn her into like a dumb demon, a dumb demon. That's what he said. And then fucking Yusuke defeated him. So he got the sword back, so he got them all, but it's not over, chat. The spirit detective of Earth, his job is never done, apparently. It just keeps getting harder and harder, and he keeps meeting new characters with names that I will most assuredly forget. But we start with Yusuke in the woods. He's walking the woodshed. He is fucking sweaty. He's angry, and he doesn't want to be there. And all he is, he's blaming Botan. He's like, God damn it, Botan. It's a 3-day weekend from school, and here I am marching the forest. I wish I didn't agree to this. And we cut back. What did he agree to, chat? Well, apparently Botan's like, hey, baby Jesus and his dad God are really happy about, you know, in the last case, you solved it very well, very quickly. So that was awesome, man. And, you know, I managed to kill a demon, capture another one, reformed another one, which is great. However, there is this new person that you need to meet, and their name is Genkai. They're Genkai the Psychic, and they sound exactly like FRIEZA from Dragon Ball Z, the original dub for FRIEZA. You know, I know they had Christopher Ayers voice him. Rest in peace. He passed away recently, but this is the original voice. At least how I was like, oh, that's fucking FRIEZA. I know that voice. A lot of DBZ actors in this, because they also got what's his name doing the voice of Kuwabara. That's fucking Vegeta, chat, which is nuts. It gets confusing because that's the voice of Vegeta, and they got little Vegeta in this show. But you know, she's like, you gotta go to old woman FRIEZA, all right, and she's gonna teach you her psychic, you know, abilities, all right? So it's like what she can potentially teach you can either destroy 100 beings in like one attack, or it can protect 100 beings in one attack, human beings. And he's like, wow, that's pretty cool, but it's like a 3-day weekend, and I want to kind of relax. She's like, oh my God, Yusuke, please, the fate of the world is at stake because all these demons are attacking right now. They're killing people and shit, and we need you, all right? We need you. And there's a demon that's going around killing psychics. And he's like, who's the demon, Botan? And it's Randy the demon. It's good old Randy, chat. And Randy apparently has killed 99 psychics in his lifetime, okay? And he wants to get number 100, 100, chat. Get the triple digits. And that person he's going after is Genkai FRIEZA, the psychic chat. He's like, I gotta get her, and then I'll be all powerful. And so it's like, you need to go there, and you'll also learn some cool new abilities. He's like, all right, you know, you said cool new abilities, get a little reward. All right, but we gotta sweeten the deal, Botan. What else? He's like, all right, fine. I'll give you 2 tickets to Tokyo Battle Brawl Bowl. And he's like, fucking Tokyo Battle Ball, bro, that sounds awesome. She's like, yes, you can have these tickets once you complete your task. He's like, fucking yeah, let's do it, baby. Luke the boss, thank you for the 2 minutes. He's a goddamn shadow man, I mean, in the flashback. Yeah, that's true. They show him as like a shadow monster. There's a flashback, and he's fighting all these guys, and he's just a shadow guy with red eyes. And I was like, okay, that's kind of uninspired. You know, uninspired aesthetic, if you will, design, if you will, chat. You know, his name's Randy. I would have, you know, like, okay, if his name is Randy, let's, you know, make him, you know, interesting. But they're like, nah, just shadow guy. But I think I know who Randy is, shit. I'll let you know in a bit. But he's like, okay, cool. So then we cut, and he's, as we saw him in the beginning of the episode, he's marching the forest, and he's like, fuck, this is a pain in the ass. I don't want to do this. But then he comes to this glowing portal-esque, like, barrier where it leads to this ancient temple that goes up, and it's all glowing and shit, and he's like, well, that seems weird, but okay, I think it's safe for me. He passes through, nothing. He's like, his little demon thing's not going off, his demon compass. He goes up, and there's like a shit ton of people up there. There's like hundreds of people, and he's like, what the fuck? I thought this was like, you know, a secret or something. Apparently not. Everyone is going to see Genkai the psychic chat, because we learn. Botan says, another flashback, she says, listen, Genkai, FRIEZA, whatever, she's gonna die, okay? She's on death's door. She doesn't have a lot of time left, and she wants to teach her abilities to the people with true hearts. You know, the people who have great aspirations, but who are true of heart. And you can be one of those people, Yusuke, if you weren't such a dick all the time. He's like, all right, Jesus, all right, I get it. I got to work on my personality. That's fine. I'll do that, okay? And so she's like, yeah, so go to her before she fucking kicks the bucket. And he's like, all right, cool. And so he shows up there, and he sees all these people, and they're all like, where's Genkai the psychic? I want to learn from her. And everyone's clearly been there for an hour. It's a long line. And he looks over. And who does he fucking see, like, standing not a foot away? Fucking Kuwabara. He's like, Yusuke, what are you doing here? And he's like, what do you mean, what am I doing here? What the hell are you doing here? He's like, well, as you know, I'm very in tune with the spirits and ghosts and stuff. And so I've come here to help that Genkai the psychic will be able to lessen my connection to spirit. He doesn't want to be connected to this shit anymore, chat. He's like, I don't want to deal with this, because I've been having these weird episodes where I feel like someone's talking, where I've been possessed. I'm getting these chills constantly. He's like, I'm done with it, okay? I just wanted to help me to fine-tune it, so maybe we'll control it so I won't constantly be haunted, which is, you know, I appreciate Cobra. I was like, I just don't want to deal with that right now. I'm a fucking teenager. Despite my voice and my, you know, look, I'm a fucking teenager. I don't want to deal with a supernatural, superstitious mumbo jumbo. And I think that's fair. And I think that's fair, chat. But then we hear this big old ring-a-ding-ding, this gone and shit. And they're like, okay, that's a little, you know, a little too much there, a little offensive, but okay, sure, all right. And then they see who opens the door, and it's this shriveled little old woman. And she's like, hello, everyone. I am Genkai the psychic, and I'm here to teach you how to be a psychic warrior. And everyone's like, whoa, you sound like Aunt May. And she's like, I know I do. And now, chat, Genkai will have the voice of Aunt May forever. So as long as I do Yu Yu Hakusho, she's going to sound like Rosemary Harris's Aunt May. I told you I'll be bringing it back. Luke the boss, the 3 biddies. Kubara was way too handsy for me. Let me get your hands off me, my guy. That's right. He was hugging. He likes to grab a lot. He's very handsy, and he does grab Yusuke in this episode. Yusuke's like, what are you fucking doing? Although they do like each other. You do see that they are friends, even though they don't want to admit it. They have a lot in common, clearly. And everyone's like, whoa, she's like a little old lady, but maybe, you know, we shouldn't. Even Kobara's like, she might be old, but we shouldn't underestimate her. All these years fighting ghosts and demons has clearly made her very powerful. And Yusuke's like, whatever. She's like a scrawny, wrinkly, old Aunt May-looking girl. I think we could take her. And then she's like, oh, okay, everyone. Your first test, your first objective is to draw lots. Everyone's like, wait, what? And she says, yes, The people who draw lots and open up their envelopes and receive a red piece of paper will go on to the next task. And they're like, all right. And so they all go up there, chat, and there's like hundreds of people, and they start grabbing the little lots, and she's like, all right, everyone, now open them. And so they all start opening them, chat. And Yusuke and Kuwabara, they both have drawn a red piece of paper. And so they continue on. A few other dozen have also drawn some paper. And she's like, okay, those who have not drawn any red lots, get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out. And then these two guys were like, hey, we're the strongest people of our village, and we demand to go to the next task. We could defeat you, Genki. The psychic's like, you're fucking with me, aren't you? Like, we're gonna fuck you right now. And they try to attack her, but she just uses a psychic blast. She uses Psybeam from Pokemon, chat, and she Psybeams him, and they go all the way across the courtyard, and they hit the door. And Kuwabara was like, whoa, she's so powerful. She just used her mind to hurt them. Amazing. And Yusuke is like, wow, there's a lot more to this old broad than meets the eye. And it's true. And even fucking, Genki, she's like, oh, back in the day, I would have torn the flesh from their bones. I must be getting old. All right, everyone, inside the dojo. And so all the people that draw a red slip, they go inside the dojo, and they see that the dojo is just covered in video game cabinets, chat, arcade cabinets. And one little guy who is, super polite, this little bald-headed guy, we're going to call him Krillin, he's like, excuse me, Master Genki, yes, unassuming character, but I understand this is your dojo, but why is the dojo completely covered in arcade video game cabinets? I don't believe video games can make us strong warriors. He's like, well, little do you know, unassuming character, these measure your spirit powers. And so if you play these games, chat, it literally measures your spirit power. So if you do like this punching game, it doesn't measure your strength. Like this boxing game, it literally measures the strength of your spirit energy. And so we get this big old, neckbeard looking guy. He waddles over. He's like, I got this, guys. And he punches it, and it's like a 13 or whatever. It's like, ha ha, you fucking fat fuck. You don't have good spirit energy. And then Kuwabara's like, stand back, everybody. Ah! And he gets like 129. His fucking spirit energy is 129. It's like, wow, that's pretty fucking good. Everyone's like, whoa, shit, this guy's really good. And then Yusuke, who always has to, get one up on Kuwabara, can't just let the man have the one win. He's like, well, stand back, Kuwabara, I got this. And he goes, ah! And he hits the fucking thing, and he scores a 155. And Kuwabara's like, there's no way you can beat me. There's no way, I'm going to play more games. And he's like, you're on. And fucking Genkai, she's watching this, and she's like, those two have much spirit energy in their bodies. I hope they're up to the task of the demon forest. And so they continue playing games, and we see these other characters. We see a fucking Nazi who's doing karaoke, and apparently his spirit energy goes up pretty high. We see a green-haired guy who's got scars over his face. He's doing some stuff. His fucking spirit energy is really high. And then we also see this little unassuming Krillin who's so polite to everybody he comes across. His spirit energy is high. And it's like, all right. And then I think at that point there's about 20 of them left. And she's like, okay, those of you who did not reach the necessary scores, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my sight. And they just leave. They're like, okay, we're not going to fuck with her this time because those other two jabronis got pretty goddamn hard. I think they're paralyzed from the neck down. So their fighting days are over. But then we come out. We come out of the dojo, and we're on this cliffside, and down the cliffside is this huge forest, chat, this lush forest. And she's like, okay, everyone, this is the demon forest. It's filled with demons. And you must use your spirit awareness to get through the forest to the magic tree on the other side. And everyone's like, so it's filled like with demons and stuff? Yes, it is. They'll eat you. And some guys is fucking panicking. They run away. It's like, oh, I sensed something horrible in there. And they run away. And she's like, yes, even the weakest of you can sense the evil in that house. You must venture forward. And so they all start running towards it. Yusuke is like, well, you know, she's talking about spirit awareness. It's like, no, to me, the fastest way to get to some place is just through a fucking straight line. And so he just starts running forward for several other guys. Genkai, she's just fucking hopping around and shit, and she eats herself all the way to the magic tree. But Kuwabara, apparently his spirit awareness is super high compared to Yusuke, and he realizes, like, okay, this is not the right way. I'm going to go this way. And so he follows his own path, chat. Meanwhile, all the rest of these guys are getting, like, attacked by the various monsters from Evil Dead. So you got these, remember the rape trees, chat? Several rape trees come out, and, you know, they rip open a couple of guys' assholes. Like, they're dead. Snakes, Indiana Jones' greatest fear, a lot of snakes falling people. And then, what happened? Oh yeah, wolves. There are these demon wolves that this one guy fights off, Chad. Like green-haired guy fights him off, Nazi guy fights him off, and I think the little Krillin unassuming character, who's definitely not Randy the demon, he also fights him off too. Eventually, we cut, and Yusuke, he's been going straight, but everyone else is not around him. He's like, I wonder where everyone went. I guess they rely on their stupid spirit awareness, but he has walked into this giant flock of, like, fruit bats. You know, fruit bats, of course, you know, they seem intimidating. They seem, you know, they're large, of course, but they're harmless. However, you hear one going, oh, what do we have here? A snack for Boldak. Boldak the bat is hungry for child flesh. And he's like, what the fuck are you? And we see this giant, the biggest of the fruit bats, Chad, is this giant vampiric looking Batman, like man-bat creature called Boldak that keeps referring to himself in the third person. Boldak is hungry. Boldak will make you dinner. And he attacks fucking Yusuke. He's like, God damn, I gotta fight a Batman. So Yusuke's gotta fight a Batman villain, Chase. He's fighting a Batman villain. Eventually, we cut back to Genkai, and she's like, all right, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. You know, the first couple should be arriving soon. And then the first person gets out there that comes to meet her, fucking Kuwabara. His spirit awareness was very in tune. She's like, wow, no, welcome, young man. He's like, am I the first one here? She goes, yeah, you are. He's like, whoa, I did it. Yeah, I just relied on my spirit awareness is what you told me to do. She's like, yeah, that's what I told you to do. And then the other couple of guys, they start coming. We see the green hair guy with the scars, and then the Nazi, and I think Krillin eventually shows up too. And he's like, we would have gotten here before you if it wasn't for the monsters in the forest. Why didn't you tell us about those creatures? He's like, I literally told you about them before you ran in. You weren't listening, which is true. And then we cut back to Yusuke, who is just kind of standing because he's like, I don't know how to fight this guy. Because the guy, all that Boldak does, he just kind of swoops down and scratches you. He just goes, well, you will not defeat Boldak. And he keeps going back and forth. And Yusuke is just like, all right, I'm just going to kind of like figure out like what his attack pattern is. Until eventually he figures it out, and he just grabs him and just starts beating the shit out of Boldak. And Boldak says, no, it's not possible. You cannot beat Boldak. Boldak's strong. Boldak strike fear into the hearts of children. He's like, all you fucking do, you fucking Batman villain wannabe, is you swoop down, you scratch me and shit. So unless you have COVID, unless you're trying to infect me with your goddamn COVID claws, it ain't gonna work. He's like, what are you gonna do to me? He's like, I'm gonna do the best I can, baby. And he rips his fucking wings off. He rips Boldak's wings off, chat, and just leads him to bleed out. Eventually, we cut back to Kuwabara, the Nazi, and the unassuming Krillin guy, and they're with Genkai, and Genkai's like, all right, the two, because you have to get there in 2 hours. You don't get in 2 hours, and you're done. You're through. And he's like, okay, everyone, the 2 hours are up. It's over. You're the ones who I'm teaching. And fucking Kuwabara was like, but what about Yusuke? She's like, I'm sorry, he needs to be here in the shows, but we have to go back for him. He might be hurt. Like, Kuwabara actually fucking cares. And then all of a sudden we hear, hey guys, hey, I'm over here. And we see fucking Yusuke coming right over the ridge. And he's like, sorry, you know, I was just running in that straight line. I fought a whole bunch of monsters. And Genkai's like, wait a minute. You just ran straight in and didn't stop? He's like, yeah, that's what I did. You must have encountered a powerful demon creature. He's like, you talking about Boldak? Yeah. Oh, I fucking killed him. She's like, oh. And we cut to Boldak and his wings are ripped off. He's just kind of hanging there. He does not look good. He's going to definitely die, Jay. He's definitely going to die. And he's like, yeah, I want to join. But then Kuro's like, Yusuke, you don't understand. The time limit, you're over 2 hours. He's like, oh, no. But then, as like everything else in this show, Genkai's like, I will make an exception in this case. You're quite powerful, Yusuke, much like your friend Kuwabara. And then Kuwabara and Yusuke going, yeah, we did it. And they hug and shit. And they're like, whoa, hey, don't hug me, dude. Don't hug me. You don't hug me, dude. It's like, okay, let's just, you know, amicable platonic handshake. Okay. And they handshake and shit. And then we cut to baby Jesus. And baby Jesus is like, oh my God, these idiots. You gotta find Randy the Demon. They keep fighting like this. They gotta find Randy the Demon. Jesus Christ. And that, my friends, is my scene by scene breakdown for Yu Yu Hakusho episode 9, chat. Yusuke rips off a guy's wings. Glee, thank you so much for stopping by. The show keeps getting better in my opinion. It's fun. No, it's fun. This is a fun episode. This is going. Anime's weird. It is. Thank you, Glee, so much for resubscribing. 21 months, 3 months away from 2 years support. Appreciate that. And Luke the Boss, thank you 3 biddies. Where you hug me, you weirdo. You know, he said, yeah. Said the F word. It's like, oh boy. Oh, those two, they're a little homophobic, those two. I get the sense. They're like, I'm not comfortable with my own sexuality, Yusuke. Well, neither am I. Kazfei, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. For those who don't know, I think it was asked before why I'm reviewing Yu Yu Hakusho, usually one episode per week. And it's because for those of you who wish me to review like a specific series, that, hey, can you review this entire series? And I say yes. The only thing is, if you want me to review entire season of your choice, of a series, is to donate either 10,000 biddies or which is the equivalent of $100, $100 or 10,000 biddies, something like that, or 25 gifted subs. That's what it is, and that's what I've been doing for Glee, and it's been super fun. It's been a blast. I've been loving it. So I think you're Randy. I'm not Randy the Demon, goddamn. That Krillin kid is, though. It's that unassuming, bald-headed Krillin boy who's so like, Master, may I ask a question? It's like, I know you're a liar. Trying to hide. They're trying to cover their tracks too well. They're like, well, the other guys who could be the demons are either the green-haired guy who has a bunch of scars on his face or a fucking Nazi. And I'm like, it's not those two guys. You're laying on a little too thick. So it's very much that unassuming bald head kid. And once again, Yusuke is saved by luck. I'm sure the Rares aren't going to egg this shit for the rest of the story arc. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think it was 20 subs in this case. Yes. No, it was, I think it was, because it was 20, because 24, 25, 27, 20. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, 20 subs. My mistake. You're right, Glee. My mistake. 20 subs. So the equivalent of 20 subs, chat, or either 20 subs, $100, or 10,000 biddies. Thank you, Glee. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. Whoo, Lord. Valkyrie, Chris, check your email later. I send you some VO. Thank you, man. No, Valkyrie, thank you for sending that my way. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, that's one of my dreams. Should I become a voice actor? I can do it. We can do it together. Finally. Quit pulling old school. I'm pulling out school. I'm loving it. I'm appreciating it. It's funny. I enjoyed this. This is a fun episode, chat. I'm liking Yu Yu Hakusho. Thankfully, it's been great. Hey, I'm getting paid for something I enjoy talking about. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby, chat.